Morning YouTubians, Gary, VWJawbreaker, welcome back to the channel, where today we're on a slightly different project. So with camping season coming up and the show's starting to kick off around here in Florida, it's time to bust out the mini overland trailer that we built beginning of the year. So if you're not familiar, this is started off as a Coleman Versa trailer. We took the little fiberglass top off, added some sides, little access hatches, put a Benny Hike rooftop tent on it, outfitted the inside with an Iceco fridge, new power solar. We got some batteries in there. This little thing works really well. You know, we made an awning on it with adjustable sides. This thing's set up nice. It really is. It works great. It's still not done, but I mean, I even have in that tote there, portable water heater set up with a little pop-up tent over here so we can actually take showers, wash dishes, have hot water. Since then, added a little roto-pack to the side. Believe it or not, there's actually a plate inside that I originally welded in so it would support that. So it's not just into the thin aluminum. This thing has been great. I'm really looking forward to using this thing again and getting back out and doing some camping. It's honestly, at these Volkswagen events, it's like a little mini vacation in a way with a bunch of friends. You know, you get to see new friends, old friends, hang out, relax. Great little mini vacations. Honestly, the main reason I go. Yes, before you ask, I do use the Volkswagen to pull it. We have driven, I think, up to about 2 hours so far. Wanted to go for some further trips this year, but with everything going on, we haven't been able to. What are we doing to the trailer today? Time for an upgrade. Well, let's go ahead and pull the original batteries out. We got a new battery to put in. I'll show you, explain it to you, and explain why we're upgrading the battery. Let's dive into this. All right, so we got the old batteries out. As you notice, these are a 100 amp hour mini Life PO4 battery. I had 2 of them in there. And if you notice, yeah, much smaller than a standard Optima battery. So if you need to put this in a tight space, it will fit. I mean, honestly, you could almost get 2 of these in the space of one Optima. Almost. You know, they are a little taller and whatnot, but these minis are fantastic if we're doing any kind of, you know, solar project, RV, you know, you need some kind of good deep cycle battery. However, if you notice, these are 1280 watt hours, which is great for a 100 amp hour battery, but I know it's a lot bigger. I know it's a lot bigger, but we're going up to a true 200 watt with a 200 watt BMS that puts out 2560 watt hours, pretty much double. And there's a reason for that. Now, the nice thing about these BMS systems, it ensures protection against overcharge, undercharge, over discharge, overcurrent, short circuits, high temps, utilizing premium A-level cells for high energy density and deep cycle performance. You can connect up to 16 of these and create 51.2 volts, 400 amp hour pack, providing 40 kilowatt hours of energy. Absolutely insane. These things are designed for RV life and other types of off-grid applications. These have a 10-year lifespan, and this particular one here is capable of producing 10,000 kilowatt hours, potentially cutting your power systems in half. These come, all Grener Powers come, with a 5-year warranty and 24-hour online support. These are ideal batteries for a lot of your off-grid needs, regardless of what it is. You seriously cannot go wrong. I mean, they come with a quick little, you know, question and answer thing. They also come with a data sheet that tells you exactly what your battery is, what your charging should be. I mean, pretty much everything. And again, we've got a new power 200 watt portable solar panel kit in this. So we have 200 watts of power panels right there. It folds up nice. And we also have the MPPT controller, which is right up here on our little electronics wall. So we are pretty much set for that aspect. And you're probably saying, Gary, what is the point of this? You're just showing us a battery. Yeah, I kind of am, but if you think about it, it is the same power, but way different. These minis are 1280 watt, they're 100 amp hour, but together I still have 12 volts or 12.8 volts and 200 amp hour, but I'm running through two different 100 amp hour BMS systems in each battery, right? This is a true 200 watt battery with a 200 amp hour BMS system built in, and the Plus delivers much more watt hours. Why is that important? I have upgrades coming later down the road. I have a couple ideas, you know, because it is still hot in Florida when we camp, hint hint. Let's just say that for now. There may be an idea down the road I'm looking at, and we may need possibly a second battery. All right, so enough of the jibber jabber. Let's go ahead and get this puppy installed, and then we'll pull up some monitoring systems and see how we can configure it, see how she does. Let's get after it. Move this away. Our breaker's off over there. Oh yeah, so move this over there. Perfect. Oh. There. Blocker. All right, battery is in. Used some aluminum angle, got it fastened down to the floor, did the same thing over there, and then I used a little bit of weather stripping in between the aluminum and the battery, make sure there's no chafing. And then on the front side here to the battery, there's some foam stuff down in there as well. So this thing's locked in there pretty tight. So I shouldn't have to worry about putting a strap over it, but we can always revisit that later. Now that that's done, let's go ahead and flip our circuit breaker on here. Circuit breaker's on. And again, we have our New Power MPPT 20 amp solar charger. So we'll go ahead and pull the app up real quick and see how the battery looks. Make sure it's showing 200 amp hour. And then I'll show you another little cool feature we got. All right, we'll go ahead and launch our app here. It's been a while since I've been in it, so let's see here. Solar charger. Our battery is currently at 71%, 13.2 volts. We're not pulling anything because, yeah, well, we don't have anything hooked up. Device, battery parameters, yeah, everything's looking good. And it showed our 200 amp hours, so we're good. Now let's go ahead and get out of this. And we'll go to the Smart Shunt. Pretty cool little feature. It'll actually show you exactly what's coming in and out of the battery. That needs to be calibrated, but it's showing it's 100%. You have no output, no nothing. You've got your graphs, your history. So something else that's really neat is I've got SAE connectors here on the side. This one goes up to the tent. This one is my solar input. And then right here is 120 volt. I can hook that up too. There we go. Now, I've got my battery charger on board and it's charging my battery up for me. So as long as that breaker's on, everything feeds. And then I've got my fuse block, which everything ties into. So my charger ties into here, everything ties into here, and then back feeds to the battery. So if I've got solar coming in, whatever, it's going to use everything here. Excess goes back to the battery. Makes it pretty simple. Now it is kind of cloudy this morning, but let's go ahead and see what we're pulling. We're pulling 62 watts, nothing fancy. But again, it's pretty cloudy, low light angle this morning. Let's adjust it real quick and see what we can get. Well, I pushed it down the driveway and it's still only pushing about 80 watts, but as you can see, sun's pretty much behind the clouds, so it's not bad. It's not bad at all. This thing does really good. And believe it or not, This is two 20-foot cables, and I barely get any voltage drop on that. So having an MPPT controller really does help maximize your charging capabilities. I've seen that panel do as much as about 195 watts. It's really, really impressive how well this little setup does. So I know this isn't the typical VW Jawbreaker stuff, but you know what? This is part of what I do. You know, we take the Volkswagen places. We got somewhere to relax and camp now. It's just part of what it is. So I thank you for being here. Thank you for sticking around. Again, I got plans, I got ideas. So stay tuned. We'll dive into this more as time goes on. All right, guys, till the next time, be kind to one another and be good.